Tampa Bay front line getting healthy at the right time. They have Gerald McCoy and Vinny Curry set to come back today. They've been out the last 2 games.
How are they looking?
Well, first up, good news. Everyone showed up today.
That's
so
good.
No craziness there of anybody holding out for a new contract. Yeah. All right, let's start with an injury update, though. Trey Turner didn't practice with the team last week during OTAs, but he was back fully today.
And I have to say, even though this is Hornets territory, a lot of Lakers fans in the arena tonight hoping to get that glimpse of him playing, as well as the rest of the Lakers. Well, it is the eve of the Super Bowl, and that means the NFL honors just wrapped up. The award show honoring the league's best plays, players, and performances from the current season.
Sitting next to you for the start of that race is teammate Dale Earnhardt Jr. With everything that he went through last season, to see him back on the track and to have him starting next to you, what does that mean for you and for Team Hendrick? Welcome back. NASCAR Cup Series at Sonoma this afternoon for the Toyota Save Mart 350, and it would also be Darrell Waltrip's final call from the Fox booth, echoing those famous words, "One last time."
A must-win situation for the Panthers. They were leading at halftime 7-6, but unfortunately the Saints would come back in the third and fourth quarter. The final score 12-9. Now the Panthers not technically eliminated from playoffs, but those chances, those hopes slim to none. Well, obviously a big day for you yesterday, announcing that you're retiring after 17 seasons. How did that come about? And after you've had a little time to process it, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm happy.
To be able to come back to Carolina and close out your career, what does that mean to you? That very few players can do that, but you were able to.
It's great. It's great. I think the whole story, the coming full circle, was a great thing. I'm happy to be home and happy to finish it out as a Panther.
Ashley Stroehlein from our CBS affiliate WBTV joins me now live from Bank of America Stadium. And Ryan Fitzpatrick going for the Bucs. What adjustments did the Carolina defense have to make once they knew that it was Fitzpatrick as quarterback?
Well, in talking with that defense, Panthers safety Eric Reed said, we're not really making any adjustments necessarily. We know no matter who is running center that Tampa Bay offense relies so heavily on the pass game.
Let's talk Take 3 NASCAR. We finally got a chance to see the new format. Personally, I loved it. I was entertained. I felt like I got to watch 3 races.
What does this Panthers defense do to slow down Russell Wilson?
Yeah, I mean, that is the main guy for them. They know he is a dual threat, just like their own quarterback in Cam Newton, so they have to keep their head on a swivel today. Well, they gave me some cotton candy. They said it would make me a little sweeter. I figured you, of all people, would appreciate that. The rain is coming down. As you can see, the wind is very strong, but both teams are already, both teams are already on the field warming up, so they're ready for the game. This is something they look forward to every year. This is the 56th time these two teams are playing each other. Catholic leads the series 28-27. As you can see, I somehow got talked into getting into the Monster Energy Ball of Steel. Check these guys out, super talented. I can't believe I'm in here. What an awesome experience and a crazy feeling inside of the Monster Energy Ball of Steel. I'm gonna send things back to you guys.
I talked to him
I
today.
don't
I said,
see that.
you've gone crazy. You've lost your mind.
But let's go back to last night for just a minute. It was Muggsy Bogues' night here at Spectrum Center. The Hornets legend was honored at halftime, even receiving a key to Buzz City. As for the Hornets, they would blow a 20-point lead and lose to the Knicks in overtime. They're looking to get back on track tonight, but regardless of wins and losses, this is a special season for the organization, and we talked with former Hornets guard Del Curry about what it means.
Now, it might be the last game of the season, but you're still being evaluated. Every show we do, we're being evaluated. Every game they play, they're being evaluated. So you want to go out there, especially after this season, and put your best foot forward because you want a job next year.
That's a very good point. Do you wonder if folks are on the hot seat after all this?
I think you kind of have to be, right? And not just players, but coaching staff as well. So for a lot of people, they want to leave a good mark to finish out the season.
It's going to be an interesting offseason.
It surely will.
Kemba certainly has been the face, of this franchise really since he's been here. How likely is it that he's going to leave? What do they have to do to, keep him here?
Yeah, well, a lot. I think his heart is obviously in Charlotte. Even in his exit interview yesterday, he said, this is where I want to be. That's been clear since the beginning of this season. I said that in September. I still feel that way, but money's not going to be enough to keep me in Charlotte. It's not really about that. I am at the point in my career where I want to play to win.
He wants to win a championship like all these players do, right?
And you can't blame him for that. So for the Hornets and for Mitch Kupchak, how do you bring in those pieces to put around him? It's been the question season after season, and you really need that consistent second person who can put points up. It can't just be Kemba putting up
40 points every night to keep us in the game.
As you can see behind me, some of the players out here on the court warming up. Fans already making their way in to see some of the action, some of the stars that are going to be playing in tonight's game. Of course, this is the 25th year that this event is taking place. It marks the 5th year that it will be showcasing first and second year NBA players from around the world in a World versus USA format. 3 members of tonight's USA team played college hoops right here in North Carolina. John Collins, who attended Wake Forest, and Duke's Jason Tatum and Marvin Bagley III. Now, for Bagley, this is a childhood dream come true.
I used to go to All-Star Weekend a lot whenever I could, and I'm just like, wow, like I'm really standing next to these guys.
So pretty cool to go from a kid standing on the court taking in all the action to now being someone playing at an NBA All-Star game here with the Rising Stars Challenge. David Tepper continuing to make his mark here in the Charlotte community. Just moments ago, Tepper and the Panthers hosted 60 teachers from Charlotte Mecklenburg schools for a special surprise. And to get things going, Panthers tight end Greg Olson welcomed them and provided a message of encouragement in the Panthers locker room. He also let the teachers break down the huddle. Then it was on to the next special treat, an opportunity to run out of the Panthers tunnel onto the field where they were greeted by Panthers owner David Tepper. That was followed by the official announcement that Tepper's Foundation, along with the John M. Belk Endowment and Carolina Panthers charities, will donate $120,000 to provide new school supplies to 800 elementary classrooms throughout CMS.
I mean, Ashley, I know you can barely hear us, but they've got to be excited heading to the end of the game.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, Clemson dominating Alabama, but it's a party here. It's been a party all night long. I've been here since kickoff, and Clemson fans, they said, we know we're the underdog going into this game, but our faith of our team, of those Tigers, have never wavered, and it's not wavering tonight. A lot of these guys, a lot of alumni come here every week to watch the game. Tonight it's for the national championship, and they wanted to make the trip to California. They couldn't do that, so there's no place they would rather be than right here with each other. Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure, Oreos.
Do you get the ones at Christmas that are covered in white fudge?
Just those are great, but day one Oreos.
Okay. You put the gift of cancer.
Yeah.
It's really hard for a lot of people to see it that way, but you were able to kind of find the positive in it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think any type of negative situation that you have in your life or anything bad that you're going through in your life, there's always a silver lining. There's always something positive that can come out of it.
I was like, what's a cool number of rapid fire questions? And I was like, well, 88, but I was like, 88 is way too many questions. So we'll just do 8.
We run out of gas.
I know, right? I was like, we'll never get this done.
Welcome back. The Charlotte Hornets back at home tonight hosting the 76ers. That, of course, means the young dynamic duo of Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons were in town, and they were a handful for the Hornets. And things would really change in the second quarter when Michael Kidd-Gilchrist got 2 technicals and was ejected from the game. He was matched up with Simmons, and that really allowed Simmons to get going. Here he is driving past Travion Graham for the easy 2. Then J.J. Redick also getting into the scoring spree with the 3 here. That will put the Sixers up 15, but the shot of the half was turned in by Dwight Howard at the halftime buzzer. A 3 right there. All right, that would cut the Sixers lead down to 12. Howard would continue his great play in the third, but just too much from Philly tonight. The 76ers get the win, 128-114. Then the top of the 6th, Atlanta leading 1-0. Freddie Freeman adding to that lead right there with a 2-run home run. That would put Atlanta up 3-0. Bottom of the 7th now, Braves up 6-2, but the Cardinals knocking on the door. Tommy Pham right there blasting the 3-run homer to center field, and all of a sudden St. Louis was trailing by just 1. 2 innings later, Braves trying to put the Cardinals away. Matt Carpenter up with 2 outs. He flies one out to right field, and the Braves pick up the win and sweep the Cardinals in the weekend series. Atlanta now leads the NL East by 3.5 games.